Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing our look at the Mythic Legions Reinforcement Wave 2 with the Shadow Orc Legion Builder. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here, you can see the Shadow Orc right there in the package. You can see his big massive sword, his faction. I believe that's Arethyre's faction right there. And here is his write-up if you want to pause the screen right there and read up his on his history. We do have the cross sale down here, and we're going to be taking a look at these guys the rest of the week and in order. So let's slide off this little back cover here, the card art, take his weapons out, get him untied and out of the package, and take a closer look. Alright, starting off with his accessories, we do have this really huge, super ornate sword. We've seen a bunch. There's no paint apps here. It's just cast in this kind of goldish bronze plastic. We do have this really nice mace right here with the wooden handle, and that head does come off, so you could replace that with any other mace heads that you would like. It's also cast in that bronze plastic. Then we have another bronze plastic sword, which I really like. The handle does not come off. We've seen this before, and it does look really nice. These weapons could use some paint apps, but as this is a Legion builder, it is what it is. We do have some pretty simple, just iron shoulder pauldrons here, or steel as they may be. I believe they're the same ones that came with Dubon. And then we do have a 1.0 style belt here that we've seen a bunch. But the coolest accessory he comes with is this extra head with two big tusks pointing out. I love this nice bladed ridge on the top. His ears poke out the side, which is really cool. And just taking a closer look at the head that comes on him in the package, it's a different kind of helmet. As you can see, this orc has 4 teeth, 2 much smaller tusks than the larger ones that come on this extra head. He still has that sort of bladed fin across the top of his helmet, but this helmet does come with the horns and an attachment for any other accessories that you may want to put on his helmet. And I think both heads look really good. I don't think I have a favorite. Of course, you can rotate these horns in any direction. You rotate them forward, downwards, have them leaning back, replace them all together. But as you can see, this is a Legion builder, so there are like little to no paint apps on this guy at all. But some of the paint apps that are really nice are on the skin, and there's this really nice like lighter brown airbrushing on the inside of his arms, which is really nice. I really dig that. And you do get this nice neck piece here, which is really cool. But this lower half here, all of this stuff right here, is just very plain and just begging for some paint apps. But I do love that I finally have me a pair of Shadow Orc feet, which I haven't had before. I haven't had a pair of like shoeless black feet. So that's really cool. I'm glad to finally have those parts in my collection. Just flipping around here on the back, you can see some more of that brown dry or airbrushing on the legs and thighs, which looks really neat. Let's pop this head off and pop the other head on, just so you can get an idea of what the orc looks like with the other head. I really like this head. I like the ears kind of poking out of the helmet, and those 2 big tusks I think are really cool. I think this is a really cool look here. Let's go ahead and pop this whole thing off if we can and pull the neck piece off. Oh, that's right, the neck piece hides underneath the neck peg. So if you wanted to streamline the look a little bit, and then you know, without that neck piece, there you have it. You can see that nice torso armor underneath, which is really cool with some chipping and stuff. I think I really prefer the neck piece being on there. That just adds some character and bulk to the chest armor, which is really cool. Now let's go ahead and get these shoulder pauldrons popped on here if we can. Sometimes they're a little difficult out of the package. There we have it. I had to do that off camera. I had to actually shave down his left shoulder pad a little bit. The pauldron, the little peg to go in the back, just did it with a nail file just to get it to pop in. The right side went in no problem, but the left side was 10-15 minutes of fooling around with it. It was too long. Here's how he looks with that massive sword, which to me just doesn't fit this guy. He is a brute. He is he's, you know, sort of a rough and tumble orc here, so I think he's more at home with a mace or an axe, and we'll just put that large sword in the fodder bin for somebody else. I have a bunch of different weapons. I think we're going to try to find a weapon that kind of fits this guy, that's a little more crude, kind of like he is, before he goes up on my shelf. But I do love this heavy mace that he comes with. To me, this is like the weapon of an orc. To me, this just fits and seems kind of perfect. But here, let's try that other head and see what that looks like. Oh man, that looks really good too. I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out which head I want to put on this guy. But yeah, I think this looks great. And speaking of heads, I think we ought to do some pop and swaps here and see what other kind of characters we can make with this Shadow Orc body. So I do have like this, I think this was from the Deluxe Barbarian Legion Builder kit. I think that looks kind of cool. That helmet looks really nice and gnarly with this set of armor, and that beard kind of ties into his loincloth armor, which looks neat. I do have this extra head. I believe this came... Did this come with Father Christmas? I can't remember if it did or not. I think it did. So that looks really neat as a quick pop and swap. Of course, it wanted to chew on that neck peg for a little bit. Keep that in there. I do have this smaller head, which looks kind of neat. I picked it because of the colors, but I think, did this come with like the female Barbarian or the female Barbarian Legion? But it looks really small. I think I may have gotten this head in a trade. I don't remember because I don't have that set, but that helmet does look really small. So I think that's probably a female head. So that's probably why that doesn't work very well. If I'm wrong, you guys let me know in the comments down below. And then I love popping this panther head on any sort of black body, especially with those feet. It looks really cool. And I think that looks really neat if you wanted to create like a panther warrior. This body has a lot of potential, but let's get this head back on. All right, let's do some size comparisons here, and we're going to bring in pretty much our standard comparisons here because I have them close at hand, and they always seem to work out, and I love these guys. We're going to bring in our little bog goblin here for like a short character, and then of course we can't get out of a Mythic Legions review without all appearance by old Bill Bones' Broken Shield. So there's how he stacks up against those other guys. So let's get this Shadow Orc Legion Builder under some lighting and into some backgrounds and see how he poses up. Man, I gotta tell you, this is a really cool release. He's probably one of the ones that I'm least looking forward to in this wave, or that I was least looking forward to in this wave, but he does have some really nice parts and pieces that I could definitely use for other characters, especially with the exposed feet, and I love the arms and the legs. I'm probably gonna do some paint work on this guy's armor, and I may end up putting this guy on my shelf as the Black Panther warrior because I really want to get that Black Panther figure out and into my collection somehow. I just need to check and see if this guy has a rear accessory port for that tail, and if so, then this may be the figure of choice for my particular Black Panther. Anyway, this Shadow Orc looks great. I really love the parts and pieces. I just, you know, he is a Legion Builder, so he just needs a little bit of paint here and there, but otherwise he is an awesome release and a way to finally get a Shadow Orc into my collection. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.